Hi Gemini, it's Amber here at Symbols for Living. Sorry, hope that you're very well. This is your love reading for the New Year's Eve period, also the New Year period. It's really that transitional period between December and January that this reading will cover. It will have a future position too that will take us through to the end of the week. I would like to thank you guys for subscribing and supporting me all this time. I'd like to wish you a happy New Year. Hope you had a marvelous Christmas. And in addition to having a happy New Year, hope that it's fabulous, amazing, and filled with joy and lots of pleasant surprises that are abundant and take you to a whole nother level. I really hope it's that good. Hope it's amazing. Also to let you know that I will be doing a bonus reading at the end of this reading that will just look at the overall compatibility between you and your partner. And lastly, I would just say that if you'd like to, well, second to last, if you'd like to contact me, my email and all my contact details will be below. And lastly, I would just say that this reading is for Gemini's Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Descendant, and Venus. If you don't know what your descendant sign is, or even your Venus sign, or even your moon sign or ascendant, you can leave a message down below in the comment section, and I'd be more than happy to quickly let you know what it's about and how you can find out your own sign or sign kind of placements. And also, if anyone else sees that someone has left a comment there and you know the answer, feel free to help out your fellow subscriber. Sorry, what I got message there. With their question. Okay, so we have got the Three of Coins in reverse for the overall lesson for this period. So you could be learning about people not pulling their own weight, or dealing with someone who doesn't really want to pull their own weight, maybe doesn't want to invest as much money as you do in maybe this week's festivities, doesn't want to join in, or basically doesn't appreciate the amount of work that other people have put in to make this maybe week celebration a success. But there's definitely an energy of separation and lack of support, and people just not really being on the same page when it comes to commitments, promises, and money. Sorry. Okay, so Gemini, there could also be a lack of compromise here as well. Maybe on your part, you could be learning about that, but we'll see how that ties into the readings message as we go on. The Seven of Swords has come out twice for you. In fact, I shuffled the deck and then I pulled out some cards. This was the first card to come out, and I wasn't satisfied. I just had a feeling that the time period wasn't right. So I shuffled again, and again, this was the first card to come out. So it looks like your partner maybe feels that you're lying, hiding something, doing something that they don't know about, planning some sort of surprise, but they definitely feel suspicious, or they themselves could be up to something themselves. They could be lying, trying to get away with something, not really telling you the whole truth about what they're up to when they're not with you. This could be because they don't trust you. So it could be an issue of they don't trust you, so they're acting out, they don't think you're being faithful, so they're going to go ahead and do what they want to do while you're not looking to. In the upright, we do have the Queen of Swords that clarifies it. So you could be dating a fellow air sign, or it could be that they just see you, as I said, as someone who is sneaking around and has secrets. Okay. It could possibly be, they could possibly feel that you're communicating with other people as well, that you're not being honest about. But they don't really know what it is, but they know something is up. They kind of smell that maybe you're keeping something from them, or that there's certain things that you have hidden from them. You're not being an open book. You may be being quite vague, hard to figure out. Maybe kind of have the gift of the gab, always saying the right things, able to deflect conversation and change things around. And they see you maybe as being a bit defensive and not maybe someone who's not very easy, that someone that they don't easily feel opens up to them. So then we've got the Six of Pentacles here. So it looks like you are taking full control of the situation. You are kind of giving this person and telling this person what you want when you want. You're giving your commitment to this person in a way that you see fit, in the times that you see fit. You're all kind of going to your time, because this person probably, you seem to think anyway that you have this sort of power, and You may also think that this person really, really likes you and in fact needs you way more than you need them. And you may feel like you're doing this person a favor. So, it's only for the week, so it's cool. In the near past, we had the Four of Swords in reverse for how you so how your partner felt in the past, and then we had the Temperance card to clarify that. So your partner may have felt that they had met a soulmate or someone that was very special to them, someone that they could really get along with and share their emotions with in a very mature kind of way. There'd be no sort of crazy rush. It would be very grown up. But with the Four of Swords in reverse, there could have been a lot of communication. The person that you're dating could be a Sagittarius, a fire sign. And although they maybe appreciate that, I think they are quite the mature person. And although they appreciate taking the time and the connection in the relationship in the past, that's how they felt, sorry. They may still have been slightly impatient and very much ready to go ahead and start discussing the relationship and how they'd like it to look. This person could have been kind of coming out of a situation or a period in their life where they had been on their own for quite a lot, and they had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to themselves, and did a lot of self-healing. And they're ready now to kind of put themselves out there and take a chance on love and share their cup with someone. They may have felt like it was really destined as well, like it was almost sent from the gods or blessed by the angels, kind of energy as well. And I think this person is quite a masculine energy as well. They do kind of go for what they want if they really believe in something, and they really, really believed in this relationship. And I think they felt that it would be healing. They felt that it would be safe. They felt that they were kind of safe in your hands in some way. Like they were maybe able to speak freely and finally maybe get things off their chest that they'd only kept to themselves for a period of time. There may have also been a lack of communication in the past between you two. Communication may just not have been that easy. Maybe you were very different. Maybe there was some sort of conflict between you two, where you were very, very different, coming from very, very different places. Or maybe you were just not the most compatible on the surface. We do have the Justice card in reverse as well here for the near future for you. So you may have made a decision, or you may have felt like the relationship was imbalanced in some way. Maybe this was a no from you. This is maybe your ruling, where you feel like, no, you don't want to continue with this relationship, that you'd like to end it in the past. Or you may have felt like there was no commitment from this person, or you didn't want to commit. You may have felt like you weren't being completely honest with yourself, and you may have felt quite imbalanced in the past, like you weren't being honest with yourself, you weren't being completely truthful and open maybe with this person, and maybe kept a lot of things hidden into yourself, like you haven't been that open, which is what your partner may have felt. Like there was a period of time where maybe communication was difficult, because I think this person's kind of pushing things forward and you're kind of like, maybe it's moving too fast. That's happened about, I think, in 3 of the readings, where there's like an energy of there's like some sort of chasing energy, and the resistant kind of energy of you guys wanting to kind of not rush things and kind of take your time and pace yourself, and gather your thoughts before making any commitments. So maybe that's just kind of the energy at the moment when no one really wants to make any decisions right now, or definitely doesn't want to make any major commitments to people that they're with. Because I think that you feel like you wouldn't be being true to yourself. Okay, I'll go ahead and move on. There's just like so much you can get from it. I could probably talk for another 10 minutes as to what it could be and all different things and possibilities, but ultimately, I feel this person has been waiting a long time, maybe for someone like you. And I think they're quite dominant in the relationship, and I think this makes you kind of pull away. So maybe you feel quite comfortable with you being able to give as and when you want, kind of maintaining a certain amount of control and kind of steadying the pace of the relationship. We've then got the Four of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse for their motives. Okay, so they don't want to miss an opportunity. They don't want to, they think that this could really work, but I think they're a bit concerned that this could be something really special and there is a lot of potential, but they need to see something in concrete. Like they feel like there's not a foundation to this relationship. There's a lot of maybe talk and ideas and a lot of times that you might have spent together, but still there's no sort of definite confirmation that you guys are moving in a particular direction in terms of like moving towards commitment. They feel like this is not happening, and I don't think they want to wait much longer as well with the Four of Cups reversed. They're not, as I said, this person is also being represented here by the Emperor at the top of this card. This person could be a fire sign, or maybe an Aries in more particular, and they really like to go for what they want to go for and get what they want. So they're not the most patient person, and they don't like to stay stagnant or sit still for long. And this is because they need that security. They could have like their Venus in like an earth sign or something where they need a certain amount of concrete evidence about the relationship. And they could be a Taurus Venus, you know, if they are an Aries person that you're seeing. Yeah, they feel maybe a bit empty as well on the inside. They feel a bit empty because maybe what they're really craving is like a long-term commitment as well. I think, like I said, there's two fours here and they're both in the reverse. There's been enough waiting for this person. They want to make a commitment to someone. It looks like that they're quite focused on you at the moment. So we've got here the Page of Swords in the position of your motivations, your subconscious or hidden motives. You're still kind of you're taking this all quite light-hearted and kind of almost you're just kind of getting to know this person. Yeah, it's all very light. You just want to get to know them and like talk to them and find out what they're about and maybe figure them out a little bit. You could be I mean, you may not trust this person very much, and I think you're very much keeping your wits about them. You could be being a little bit defensive, and this person does see you as being a bit defensive, so it could be a bit of that going on too. But it's not unhealthy, it's not imbalanced in any way. I don't think you're going overboard. It's just that's just the approach you're taking with this person, that you just don't know maybe enough about them. You could also be wanting to talk to this person more. You may be really wanting to get to know this person and talk and see what they have to say. And so that could be like a real motive for you, that you more want to get to know what's going on in this person's mind before you go any further. You want to kind of, I think a new beginning or something new is like on the horizon for you. I think you are ready for something new, but you want to make sure this is the right one. You want to do your research first. We've got the Emperor card here for their intentions, with the Hierophant card as well, both in reverse. So this person's intentions possibly could be to not pursue the relationship any further. I've also got the Fool card in reverse here for the future. So their intentions, in the past it was very positive. Currently they see you as being quite vague and defensive. And it looks like they're not going to want to really make any commitment, or stake their territory when it comes to you, kind of thing. They're not going to want to lay any ground with you. They're making like a decision for the both of you. This person may not even talk to you about it, or you don't need to talk to anyone if you want to break up with them, but they're fully kind of in control of their destiny, and they're not, I think, wanting to take this relationship seriously or take it to the next level. They may recognize that there isn't enough going on in the relationship in terms of commitment from you for them to feel confident. I mean, the Emperor card in reverse is probably a lack of confidence, a lack of stability, but for their intentions, that's their intentions. It must be that their intentions are to not kind of build on anything, create any foundation, or make this into anything real. And with the Fool card in reverse in the near future, that would confirm that. And that's also clarified by the Magician. They're taking full control of their destiny. They're controlling the situation. So it's quite possible this person is pulling away, hoping that you will come forward as well, as they are being quite controlling, or they have this kind of controlling element to them. And with the Hierophant also in reverse, it's like they just don't see any sort of traditional commitments being made. There's no titles, everything's vague. So they're like, well, what am I fighting for or holding on to? Nothing. I can't even name it. I can't even say that this is my boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. I can't even name it. I can't name the person. So it's like, what am I really holding on for? And then we've got the Seven of Coins for you and your intentions. So you'll be looking at, or intending to really look and review the relationship. Maybe after the celebrations, you have some time to yourself. You may really start to evaluate the relationship or evaluate what this person has to offer. That's your intentions. Your intention is to really do this whole Page of Swords thing, do some research, and then really evaluate things and see whether this is something that you want to build on and pursue. However, as I said, in the near future, your partner won't feel confident about taking a risk with you, and it will make them that they will feel more empowered, because they are quite an empowered person. This isn't someone who is scared of being on their own. This isn't someone who sits around and waits for things to happen. If they are alone, they've chosen to be alone for that period, and now they're now kind of putting themselves out there, it seems, but they're very comfortable on their own. And it could be that you guys are just not on the same page. You're not working towards the same thing. So there could be kind of incompatibility, just a basic incompatibility on that level. And with the Fool card in reverse, yeah, this person doesn't want to take a risk on this. They would rather stay safe in a place where they know that they can control and they understand what's around them. It's almost like a cat, when a cat has got to know its surroundings, otherwise it's not comfortable, and we keep walking around a house every time something is moved to know, its surroundings. Apparently cats do that. So, this person may need to know what's where and what's what in order for them to take any sort of risk, and they just don't seem to be getting that sort of clarity from you this week. So it could change a lot over the next few weeks or months. Then we've got the Star card in reverse for your feelings for the near future. So you are going to kind of be losing hope. You may see potential here, but you aren't maybe willing to put the work in that's necessary to make it work. You don't maybe see it as worth it, because overall it's not really what you want. It's not really the kind of person that you want to be with. I feel like I'm doing like a single spread here, or maybe you're just dating. This could also be, someone just ending things. or you ending things, like an ending of a long-term, maybe possibly a marriage with the Hierophant and the Emperor card. Your partner may start to realize that you're really undecided, or you both are on different pages and maybe both want different things. And I think this person's quite a controlling person. This could be like a male that you're seeing, like an older male, but they are quite mature. Okay, we're going to pull some cards from the Mirror Love Oracle deck for you as well. Sorry guys. Okay, so we've got communication as Spirit's message. And we've got the Ice Queen for the obstacle. So yeah, you're being represented by the Ice Queen here, someone that maybe isn't the easiest to connect with, and that's the obstacle in the relationship at the moment. However, communication is what's going to help. So yeah, Spirit is saying that the obstacle in the relationship is communication. You're communicating in a way that is too cold, is not expressive enough, is too controlled, too premeditated. Obviously, there's something that maybe you're hiding or not wanting to say to this person. But Spirit is saying that if you do want things to improve between you and this person, that communication really is the way to do that. What brings you together is the young male. So it could be that, as I said, some sort of age difference between you guys. But it could also be that you could be someone who's quite enjoying their freedom at the moment and not really ready to settle down. However, this energy kind of brings you together. Yeah, so it's maybe, you know, in the near past you've been quite social. I think it's you kind of putting yourself out there, you making yourself available. It may have been you who kind of pursued this person, or it could be that this person, I feel like someone is in pursuit of somebody, and that's what's keeping it together. So it's a little bit one-sided, and that could be the why the Justice card is in reverse, and also why this is in reverse. It is an odd number and it is in reverse. It's saying that things are like imbalanced and one-sided in terms of commitment. So you see them as work. You see them as maybe being very focused on work. Or you yourself, sorry, could be learning about the importance of work and career. You may just be very focused on that. You could also recognize that you deal with things maybe in a very business-like way, and maybe that could be looked at. But ultimately, there's a focus on work for you. I think you could be learning about how to make things work. This is also a card to do with work as well. You may be willing to work on things, but only if they actually, you know, equate to what you actually really want. You know, they actually are worth fighting for from your perspective. So they're learning about freedom. So they could see you as someone who wants freedom, or they could actually just be learning about freedom, doing things on their own, being free, letting their hair down and not being so controlling over the situation. But they seem to be freeing themselves from something. They could be learning this month, you know, they could feel quite out of sorts, you know, if they are in Aries and they're coming up as like in reverse, they could feel like they need that freedom. They need that freedom from the stress of the relationship, possibly. And they could also be learning to take a risk, and maybe just to kind of take it slowly with you and just go with the flow with you rather than, as I said, trying to control the outcome. Just kind of approaching things with a more freedom kind of perspective or mentality. We've then got the brunette female for how you see them. So you see them as very attractive, very alluring. So I mean, this is kind of what brings you together. I think that you maybe have seen this person or they've seen you, and there's been like an instant kind of attraction. And that's maybe all that it is at the moment. And you're kind of reflecting on things to see if maybe there is more or could be more. The union card is how they see you. See, they see you as someone they could really be with and have a union with. We've also got children. They could see you as someone that they could marry as well. We've then got children at the base of the decks. There could be a focus on children as well. Maybe you're thinking about your kids. Maybe there are children involved. It could be that you see this person as immature, or that there is some sort of issues of immaturity to deal with. It could also mean as well that there needs to be a more childlike energy brought into the situation as well. Maybe it is getting a bit serious. Okay, we're going to pull some more spiritual cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for Gemini for New Year's Eve. Okay, Gemini. Okay, we've got Serendipity, the Orphan, and then we have lastly Higher Power. It talks about having trust. You know, there is a higher power involved here. There is a bigger plan. Time to go. You may know that it's not going to work with this person, and it is maybe time to go, but maybe there's feelings of loneliness that you're going to have to deal with. You may have some issues with being alone as well with the Orphaned card here, and that could be why you're entertaining someone that you don't actually see a future with. We've got Serendipity here. This was fated. It is maybe a lucky situation. It could be that you guys, like I said, you met and there was like an instant attraction, and it has felt kind of fated. This person may have felt quite lucky to be with you as well, or to have found you maybe after a long period of being on their own. But this also confirms that, you know, spirit is kind of in control here, and that if none of this makes sense in terms of your relationship, if relationship doesn't make sense, spirit is letting you know that it will make sense soon, and that the whole situation is protected and things will happen in the right time. So you may need to have a bit of faith yourself as well, and something also to do with like your security, feeling secure, feeling safe. So it's okay, you know, if you are having that orphaned kind of feeling, you're being told here that you're not alone, and your spirit guides, your ancestors possibly, but spirit, creator, you know, itself is in control here, so things will work out in good time. All right, lastly, I'm going to pull 6 cards for your compatibility spread for your relationship, Gemini. Gemini's love relationship for New Year's Eve, compatibility. Gemini, love compatibility. Okay, so the first card that we've got is the Lover's card. So there's a major decision for you to make about how you want to move forward with this relationship. It is your card, so that gives me the confidence to let me know that Spirit is here in the reading, even if maybe I'm not interpreting it perfectly. Spirit is present for your reading. Oh gosh, sorry guys. Sorry, my earring is falling out. Okay, so yeah, major decision. There could be a lot of like, there could have been a kind of meeting of minds here. You could have really got along. There could have been a really beautiful connection between you two. Communication could be fantastic, you know. That could be why there's that Four of Swords there, energy in reverse. This person may felt like they could just tell you everything and open up, and communication is really quite positive. But now there is a lot more talk about a commitment happening at the moment and the future. Your love styles is the Eight of Cups. So yeah, currently there's you know, the actions in the relationship that you may see is more around leaving. This person and you are both acting in a way where you're not happy and that you want to move on. So you're both kind of giving each other this kind of signal that you're both not happy and you're both interested in possibly looking elsewhere, or looking for some sort of solution, or looking for an improvement in your relationship. So there may not be much affection being shown towards each other. You could more be focused on your own internal or personal interests and desires for happiness in relationships. We then got the Magician card, which has come out again. So it looks like you and this person, you know, this is a significant relationship to an extent. It looks as if, you know, you have been brought together to become better individuals, I feel. With the Alchemist card here, in terms of compatibility, there is compatibility between you two. There is a lot of potential. It's just about you making it work. That's it. It's whether or not you want to make it work or not. And I think you don't want to make it work for some reason. You're not interested in this person. This person may not be, you know, what you usually expect. You know, but either way, Spirit is saying like it's time to go. And then we've got a new life. So it could be that you need to let go of something as well, you know. If you are holding on to something, you may need to let go of it. Time to go could be that as well. It could be that you need to let go of an old relationship to move into this one. It could also be referring to that. We've then got the Two of Coins for your spiritual lesson. So you could be learning about really understanding the value of something and knowing when to cut something out and when to kind of work hard for something. So that's pertaining to the relationship. So you need to maybe look at what's being offered to you now and really consider whether or not you letting this go is maybe the right choice. Because maybe, I think you do have a choice here to make with this person. And I think you're quite detached and you're just not interested. But I think Spirit is asking you to really look at the reasons why you're not interested. And, you know, if you were to maybe look at this person from a really blank perspective or look at them on paper, would they maybe be quite valuable in your life, you know? We then got the Seven of Swords. Sorry, I think that was in reverse. Seven of Swords. Or was it? I don't know. I think I wanted to read it as it was. Sorry, I kind of was playing with my fingers. You lot can let me know in the comments. Sorry. Seven of Swords. I mean, either way, the card is here. It still lets us know of the energies. So, sorry, 1 minute. I'm trying to pause this thing, but it's not pausing, so I'll just continue. Sorry. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Swords. As to how you'll feel in the relationship. So yeah, you'll feel like you just can't be yourself, like you're hiding things. Okay, thanks. Yeah, you may just feel that you can't really be honest with this person and that you'll always be sneaking around. We then got the Five of Swords. This one was in reverse. Sorry, guys. These are free readings, okay? But yeah, this is the Five of Swords in reverse. in the for the future position. Yeah, so I think you may be cutting your losses, but it looks like you may not be making the right choice here with the Five of Swords. It's like you may be cutting out something that actually isn't in your favor. Okay, so you need to think about this, I think. Then got the Eight of Swords in reverse. Sorry, in its upright. I'm all over the place today. I'm really sorry. Which lets me know that you are holding yourself back in some way, and you do have a lot of things to think about, and possibly even fears that you've inherited over many relationships or even just experiences as a human being. You have developed some sort of fear around moving forward in the direction towards this person, and you may also be concerned about what other people think as well. So that is your reading. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. I'd really, really, truly, honestly appreciate it. And if I didn't say it before, have a fantastic new year. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and your continued support. Dear Gemini, yeah, I thank you and I send you much blessings for the year. And yeah, if you need to contact me, my contact details are below. And otherwise, take good care. All right, bye.